Hi, I'm Colton Hadlock, and I'm here with Keegan Radichel, starting CenterBack for Southern Nazarene University on the men's soccer team. Keegan, how are you, man?
I'm doing good, Colton. Thanks for asking that. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. So, Keegan here, like I said, he's a freshman here. You're in your first semester. Kind of talk about your whole first semester and how the adjustment is from high school to college here.
It's been pretty fun so far, meeting a whole bunch of new people from different places around the country, even people out of this country. So it's really cool adjusting to their cultures and them adjusting to ours and just seeing how everyone gets along differently. In high school, everybody's from the same area for the most part, so you all kind of have some sort of connection already, but it's fun and cool making new connections and finding new ways to get along with people.
Awesome. So you're from Mustang, Oklahoma, correct? Mm-hmm. So kind of talk about that as far as what the town's like and how far away is it, how big is it?
Mustang's actually only like 20 minutes from Bethany, about southwest. It's a fairly large school district, but the town itself is pretty small. The school district branches out in parts of Oklahoma City and Yukon, so it takes a lot of the area and puts it into, my graduating class was over 600 kids, so you can just imagine, and it's growing every year so much. So the school itself being larger than SNU it's pretty crazy, coming from in high school, a humongous school, everybody, you don't even know half the people, and coming to SNU, and I feel like I already know everybody, and it's really cool.
Right. So you played soccer at Mustang. You were all state, all conference. Kind of talk about the transition from playing high school soccer to playing Division II soccer here at Southern Nazarene.
In high school, everything was kind of easier as far as games, practices, everything. You just kind of everybody already. At least in senior year, you kind of know what to expect because it's high school and it's not that serious. You're out there because you want to. You don't have to be there. Nobody's making you be there. But when you come to college, you have scholarships. Your schooling's depending on it. So it's a whole nother level of commitment. The level of play is totally different than high school. So it's been a pretty crazy adjustment. We've had a rough first year, but I think we can bounce back from that pretty strongly next year.
Right. So you were successful in high school. You came into college and started. So you've already got off to a good start here. Kind of talk about where all that started and when did you first start playing soccer? When you kind of said, hey, I enjoy this and it's something I want to do.
I started playing soccer when I was 3 years old. I played for my dad on my older brother's soccer team at ISA indoor. At that point, I just played because, it was fun. My dad said, hey, put on this jersey and go kick the ball. And later on, as I progressed and played more with my brother's team and then with my friends from school, it just became sort of an everyday activity that I enjoyed doing. It was a hobby of mine, and so you get into high school and start playing club soccer, and everybody's pushing you and making you play better and giving you responsibilities on the field and off the field. And it makes you grow mentally, physically, emotionally. It changes you because your life kind of revolves around it. With as much soccer you got going on through high school, I can hardly think of a time of year that I had a whole lot of free time. So playing soccer has given me a bunch of friendships. It's given me the opportunity, obviously, to go to college, and kind of everything I've worked for has come up to this point, so it feels good to finally be here.
Awesome. So obviously you've picked soccer, but were there any other sports that you tried or played growing up?
Not really. I gave football a couple years, and that went all right. I was on varsity in 8th and 9th grade football, but that wasn't really a thing that I loved as much as soccer. And it almost got in the way sometimes because there wasn't enough time to balance the two out. So I had to choose between the two of them, and soccer obviously won.
Awesome. So you said you played for your dad, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so has he always been a pretty big part of, I guess, your soccer career up to this point?
Yeah, definitely. He's definitely the biggest influence as far as me playing soccer. He grew up playing it his whole life. He has always, been around the game. He's followed it. He's been a part of it. He plays, coaches, everything. So he's always wanted me to be successful, and he's always pushed me to be as good as I can be. He never wanted me to do it so much to where I hated doing it, but he wants me to be the best I can at it because he knows the potential that I have and that I've had as a kid. So he has fun watching me develop and all that stuff.
Okay. So would you say that your family is kind of a soccer family? Or?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Me, my brothers, my dad, and even my mom used to play soccer, so we've all got some sort of soccer background as far as that goes.
Awesome. So you said you have brothers. How many siblings do you have?
I have an older brother. He's 21 right now. And I have a younger brother who just turned 15. He's quite the stud soccer player himself, so we'll see how far he can go.
You'll have some heated backyard soccer 1v1.
Yeah, definitely. We get pretty competitive sometimes, and it's pretty crazy how good he already is. So it'll be fun watching him grow up and be a part of the game.
Awesome. So kind of going back to the school and all that stuff. Kind of talk about what it's been like to kind of balancing your major with soccer. Like, what are you majoring in, and kind of what are your plans for that?
I'm a kinesiology major. My overall goal is to be a physical therapist someday. Maybe do some athletic training along the way. So soccer, helps me with that because I can always relate the two. I can always relate sports with physical therapy because if there's ever an injury or a sore muscle or something, I resort to the trainer, to a physical therapist to take care of my problems or the practices that they use that I can do on my own. So it's really a goal of mine to always stick with sports somehow, whether it be playing them, coaching them, or helping other players. So I think that's what drives me to want to be a physical therapist, is to always be around the people and players doing sports to help them achieve their goals and get better along the way.
Have you had any experiences so far, like in your soccer career, that's kind of like, I guess somebody maybe helped you out along the way or helped you out through an injury, or tell me about that?
I've had a few personal trainers that have, called me aside and said, hey, we see some real potential in you. We would like to help you, reach the next level. And so I definitely, take that opportunity and spend as much time as I can doing exactly what they tell me to do, work on everything, every little thing. As far as injuries go, I haven't had any serious, knock on wood, injuries so far. I've had a broken foot when I was younger. That pulled me out for a few months, but overall I've been pretty lucky, so nothing yet. Hopefully, that'll last quite a while.
Yeah. Okay, so kind of back to soccer. Can you kind of talk to me about like some teammates that have kind of helped you transition and like some players do?
I've grown up with a few guys my whole entire life playing on the same team as them, since I was in 3rd grade as far as club soccer, school soccer, everything. Cutter Smith being one of them. He's here at SNU with me, freshman also. We got the opportunity to play together, so we're continuing that. We've been on the same team since as long as I can remember. He's a real great friend of mine. Also, some guys that graduated last year from the soccer team, Edgar, Blake, Rogers, and Oscar. So those guys have all kind of influenced me. And then Coach Schroeder, actually coming from Mustang, has been a part of it. He's always come to the Mustang games, recruiting all of us, and guys around the area, so he's always been around me and influencing me, and it's been pretty cool having them around to push me and kind of help me along the way.
Awesome. So for some kids that are coming in and going to be in your shoes next year, what are some things that maybe you wish you would have known coming in, or like some things that you're going to take away from, you know, this new experience really for you, this new chapter?
I would say don't overthink it. Don't question your abilities. You know, always stand by the things that you've learned since you were a little tiny kid, because your instincts are going to be the number one thing to help you out. Take the time in the off season to prepare yourself, definitely physically. That's a really important part. Spend time with your teammates, get to know them, get to, you know, make them want to be around you and spend time with them. Take time to get to know your coach, what he's about, what he does on and off the field and at practice, and just have fun with it. You know, don't ever think that it's, you know, oh, I'm only here because I have to go to school. Like, no, you're here because, you know, you want to play soccer, you want to play this sport. That's why you're here. You know, everything you've done has come up to this point. So, just keep having fun with it.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Keegan. I appreciate you coming here and letting me interview you.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm Colton Adlock. This is Keegan Radichel, starting CenterBack for Southern Nazarene University. So we look forward to watching you and rooting you on this next year.
All right, thanks, man.